Good morning. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Oh, it's still morning. All right. How you doing today, Cash?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
You know, I like that this thing looks like a halo behind me.
It's not.
People would think I'm an angel.
It's not. It's a dryer. You ain't, ain't no halo. What's going on?
So, earlier this week I got a text message, right? It had me think of a bunch of stuff. Society is fine if your kids are taken away from you because you abuse them or because you don't protect them, right? If your kid has critical disease, you don't take them to the doctors, you don't neglect. Your kid is hungry, you don't feed them, they can die. Neglect. Something is happening to your kid, you don't prevent it, neglect. Or you neglect your kid or you do physical damage to them, right? I received a text message, somebody's kid was taken because the kid wanted to do something that the parent didn't want to do it. I lie to you not. And I'm up there like, why is this happening? Why is it happening that the kid can say, yeah, I want to do something, and the parent has to do it, or the parent is neglecting the kid? When does that come around? We all know science, right? That the brain isn't fully developed until someone's 25, right? Your thought of consequences, your long-term reasoning, all of that, whatever it is, 25. And everybody goes through it understands, yeah, I'm a little different than what I was when I was younger. And children just want to do crazy things. You got kids, they want to be superheroes, right? Would you want to take a kid away from a parent who's not giving his kid steroids? Right? Would you want to take a kid away from a parent who's not giving their kid steroids because they want to be a superhero? Would you?
No, I have something to say about that. I definitely have experience in that. I think it's a shame how the system has taken our control away. So now when they go out in society, you know, they're haywire, and we see that happening with the young people. They have no consequences for their actions. I remember when I was raising my kids, at a certain point I would tell them to shut the phones off because they struggled getting up in the morning. So this particular day, one of my daughters was like, no, I don't want to turn my phone off. I want to keep my phone on. So long story short, we literally tussling over her cell phone. Long story short, she wound up leaving out the house and the police was called. I had to call the police because my child is out here now. I don't know what's going on. I said to my daughter, listen, if you don't want to listen to my rules, you gotta go. Something we've been hearing for years. That police officer, once we found my daughter, that police officer said to me in front of my child, you cannot say that to them. That was our generation. You can't say that to them. So what you're going to do is you're going to go home. She's going to go in her room and you're going to go in your room, and y'all going to go and have a nice night. So he chastised me in front of my child, which is a violation.
It's not a violation, but go ahead.
I felt violated because I'm like, I'm trying to raise my children. First of all, look at what we're talking about. This is something I've been hearing all my life, so I regurgitated it back out. Listen, you don't want to follow my rules, you know.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
So yeah, parenting is different.
Totally.
The rules the things we could do with our children different.
Yeah.
Got that. And the tussling part is where it's like, okay, all right, that's where oops.
Yeah.
Right? That's where oops. So, you know, but, you know, you could just call the cellular carrier, kill it. You could kill the internet. You could lock it off. You could do all types of things. And that's the non-violent way, or, you know.
Well, I had to use those strategies after that incident because in the moment, you know, I did what I know. Turn the phones in. You know, y'all got to get up. Y'all don't get up well. Turn the phone, shut the phones down. And she just, out of nowhere, was like, nah, Like she was like, nah, they ain't going down like that tonight.
Now see, that's a struggle. In this case though, I'm not even talking about struggling. I'm just talking about somebody just says, I want to be a superhero. I want to be taller. Every kid wants to be taller.
Okay.
Every kid wants to be stronger, right? And then they say, I want to be taller. And they want you to take them and have their legs broken or injected with growth hormone.
Yo, you can really make yourself taller?
Yeah.
I didn't know
There are
that.
medical procedures done by little people. There's medicine that they can take to help
make you taller?
to help stimulate and keep them from being as short as they are, right?
I wonder if people know about that.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
they know
there
now.
are operations where you break your legs and then extend them, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So if any of those, if your kid's like, if you could lose your kid because they wanted to be a superhero and you didn't give them steroids, because you didn't go ahead and try to get them steroids prescribed by a doctor, what would we say? Right? We understand. Look, little kid, you don't know what being a superhero means. You don't know what taking steroids means. You don't know what breaking these legs would do to you. You don't know what having growth hormone injected into you could do. Right? We're
so
fine
would
with
you
that.
would you let your child say, I want to be a man or a woman underage? Same difference, right?
Right. Same thing. So, right. But we would, now that's the thing. The parent will do what the parent does. But you would not take the child. And I'm just looking at the application of law. You would not take the child if the child wanted to be a superhero or wanted to be muscular and you didn't give him steroids. Yet, I saw a message where a father lost his child because he didn't give his child hormones for any other reason.
Wow.
Either way, it's the same medication. And it's because the kid might want it. And
how did they rationalize that, though?
I don't know.
What? How did they make that make sense? You don't have no right to tell your child no?
So here's the thing that puzzled me was, if there's nothing life-threatening to the child or any abuse to the child, if the child is as the child has been, you know what I'm saying? If your child is short, he was born short. By his parents, his genetics, right? He's going to be shorter. He's not going to be 6'4". So it's like, no, I want to be taller. The kids picking on me. Yo, that's how God made you, or your parents made you, and we accept that. You're short, or you're skinny, or you don't have muscles. That's how God made you. This, that, the other. You got me? Because a shorter man is not going to be as successful as a taller man.
You think so?
No, so. And statistically, that's what happens, right? In a lot of areas, taller people have benefits just like prettier people.
This is true. So I know that socially, but I did not know that statistically, like in corporate America.
Yeah. Most CEOs are taller people.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here it is, life benefits to being taller, but we're not going to do those things, right? Because no, this is how God made you. There's nothing happening to you that is detrimental to your health, that is going to kill you, and it is how you are made. When do we start asking, what is happening here? What is the thing that is really going to prevent you from living the life that you're living? You don't want to live the life you're living. I understand that everybody goes through those moments. Everybody has those times where my life isn't that great. Everybody's life isn't that great. But do we say that, okay, your life isn't that great, you can just flip a switch and somehow it will be different? There are people who take steroids to get more muscles and they don't wind up better. There are people who go ahead and have plastic surgeries and guess what? Their life doesn't wind up better. There are people that go ahead and do a lot of things and guess what? It doesn't help. And now, because somebody wants to be a superhero.
They said they wanted to be a superhero.
Every kid wants to be a superhero, right?
No.
Yes, every little
Girls
boy.
do not want to be superheroes.
Every little boy wants to be a superhero.
Girls don't.
I got you. But every little boy wants to be a superhero.
Okay.
So every little boy can just go ahead and say, I want to be a superhero, give me steroids. And then if the parent does it, take it. you.